Well, first and foremost, we want to welcome you all to this momentous occasion. We are gathered right here at the Montclair Municipal Building, 205 Claremont Avenue, I got it right today, to honor and pay homage to a very, very special man and his family. Because when a man is out doing what he's been called to do for the kingdom and for others and reaching people, it takes a strong wife to allow him to do that. So this homage is not just for Barry Hartsfield, but it's for Yolanda Hartsfield as well as for Julian. Barry was a great, great friend of mine. Someone who we grew up in a time here in this town of Montclair. It was a very, very special time where your neighbor was truly your neighbor and oftentimes your friend as well. We use the terminology friend so loosely today through social media, friend this, friend that. But a friend is someone that sticks closer than a brother even. Someone who sticks closer than a brother even. I want you to take that in. That's what a friend does, and Barry was a friend to many. Barry Hartsfield gave of himself to families that he had no relation to, but he cared about the children who had a dream of doing something beyond high school. And he gave of himself. And Yolanda and Julian shared their father and husband with all of us as he continued to give of himself day after day and day in and year out, year in and year out, to help young boys and girls, student athletes who had a dream of going to the next level of education and oftentimes of athletics as well, and had no idea how to navigate that space. But he knew how to navigate that space, and he would give of himself to these families, really, because he was helping specifically an individual child. But when you help that child, you help the family unit. So we pay homage to Barry Hartsfield. I wish I knew his middle name, I'd sure call it. That's right, Barry is his middle name. Okay, what's his first name? James Barry Hartsfield. We're going to call it all out right now. James Barry Hartsfield, we pay homage to you on this day for all of the great work that you've done in this community of Montclair and in the county of Essex. And we proclaim that we will continue to do what you've done. Your legacy will live on, especially through your beautiful bride and your son, Julian. Your legacy will live on, but also the things that you did. We will continue to do those things. We will make sure that there's funding to get those things done for children, not only here in Montclair, but throughout Essex County. That's what the Hartsfield Foundation is about. It's about this county of Essex and our children going to the next level of education. And what we're doing is not just for college-bound students. We understand that there are different routes to success and that our children are dreaming bigger. Our world that we live in is different than 60, 70 years ago when your best route out was a college or a university. We understand that there's different ways to use your talents, and we will be there with the Hartsfield Foundation to support you from an educational perspective. We will be there to support you from a financial perspective, all because the class of 85 cares, all because Barry Hartsfield made a difference in our lives, all because he was a very special man and his legacy lives on. I don't like saying was, because he still is. He's living and breathing through us, through our actions, and we will keep that going forward. So thank you. God bless you. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you all for his family being here and his sister. My dear, thank you. Thank you. I'm going to stop. I'm done. Thank you.
So you never had to deal with Mr. Hartsfield because you was a good kid.
Didn't pass that way.
Right.
I didn't pass that way.
Quintus and I go back with Barry a long time. And Barry, as he said, was that behind-the-scenes fan at every game and took interest not only in the kid, but the team. Mm-hmm. The team. And so, you know, his passing rocked Montclair. His passing truly rocked Montclair. But more importantly, I think to what Quintus has taken on and making sure that it continues is just a replication of what Barry would be doing. That's really what it is. You know, many times he would, send tapes of players to colleges. He was a scout, he was a coach, but more importantly, as Quinn has said, Barry was a friend. He was a friend to many and a friend to all. And if he see you, he always had a question for you, and always a suggestion, and always an answer. So that was Barry. He gets you going. So I think it's an honor for Mayor Spiller to bring this proclamation to you and your son, so that you all can just share in this moment and share in this moment forever. Because as Quinn has said, we're going to start the Hartsfield Foundation, or the Hartsfield Foundation has been started, but I believe you missed one thing.
What's that?
Things kick off when?
Oh, okay. Okay. There is the Rumble on the Raritan this Friday. We will be at Shai Stadium, Rutgers University, the Mounties will be taking on the East Orange Jaguars, East Orange Campus Jaguars. That's that border war, y'all. You know what I mean? That's that border war. So we need all of y'all. Come on out. East Orange, Montclair, we all one big happy family, but we're going to get it on between the stripes on Friday night. We're going to get it on, you know what I'm saying? And we would love to have you come out. We're going to be tailgating right next to the stadium in the red lot, the red R lot. We'll post it, right, Sue? We'll post it. We'll post it on social media. Come on out. We're going to start tailgating at 10 in the morning. We've got Buzz One Long, James Long will be our DJ. We've got multiple people coming for cook-offs. We'll have food. We'll have Hartsfield Foundation swag, the whole 9 yards. The EACL and the United Funding League, who are our funders, will be there in full force talking about funding our community heroes. Those people who do the work like Barry was doing out of his own pocket. There's many more of you all out there. And there's opportunity for you all to grab a hold and come get a part of what we're doing. If you have a need, if you're doing things great in the community, if you're helping people and you need funding, please raise your hand. Reach out to us at the Hartsfield Foundation, and there's opportunity for you to walk alongside us to get the funding you need to help your community. But it begins on Friday night. The Rumble on the Raritan, Montclair versus East Orange. All right? I'm going to turn it over to
Julian,
yeah.
come on up.
Turn it
Mayor.
over to Mayor Spiller.
Come on. Family. Come on. Oh, uncles, yes. Yeah, this is.
Well, thank you all for coming up. But more importantly, I think, just the way you ended as we transition here, I think is really a testament, certainly to Barry and the work that he did. But, what better way to talk about community, right? Talk about legacy when we talk about that. And I think today we're here for a moment because we understand the importance of carrying on that work, but also a moment of pause and reflection. I think oftentimes, the world moves on, and in a good way, right? Life moves forward, and we continue to support each other and continue to support the good work. But it's often nice to get together with family and friends and recognize the impact that someone has had, and then to celebrate how we're playing that forward, how we're bringing that to the next generation, how we're helping that next group of kids, right? How we're reaching out and helping someone navigate a way that isn't so easy. As you described that, especially whether it's college or beyond into the workforce, that path is not easy. So many of us, we know, as an educator myself, knowledge is power, right? So if you know how to do something, you get that leg up. That's an important piece. And that's part of what community does, right? I don't know all the answers. You don't know all the answers, but together. And someone like Barry knows that connecting all of us is really what the strength is and really what makes Montclair so special. So I just want to, thank all of you, because often you do have to give time up with your dad when they're doing something else, or a husband, or a friend or a family member, or whatever it may be. That's what it takes when someone gives, to more than just themselves and to everyone else. So we thank you, certainly each and every one of you for the sacrifice that you've made. And as a community, we're here and happy to honor Barry and the work that he did, and the work that's going to go forward, in a fun way, in an exciting way, helping so many others. That's a great thing, and that's a great legacy. So really brings me pleasure to be here with Councilman Cummings, and certainly on behalf of everyone in the township to help present this proclamation. All right, so proclamation, and again, to James Barry Hartsfield. Whereas the Montclair community is saddened by the passing of Barry Hartsfield, a lifelong resident of Montclair who chose to give his time, expertise, spirit, and enthusiasm generously throughout his life. And whereas Barry was passionate about helping the youth succeed in life, a true believer in the African proverb, it takes a village to raise a child. Barry assisted student athletes to pursue their dreams and reach their fullest potential after graduating high school. Barry guided over 100 students through the college athletic recruiting process and succeeded in securing over $5 million in athletic grants and scholarships. And think of what that means for how many families. Oh man, that's real. That's that's right. Whereas, after many years of helping others, Barry sadly passed away on July 24th, 2020. And whereas it is in the best interests of the residents in this community to support initiatives that foster the growth and the development of our future leaders. And whereas in an effort to preserve and continue Barry's work and his legacy, a foundation has been established in his name, the Hartsfield Foundation, for this purpose. Residents are asked to join in proudly honoring and celebrating Barry Hartsfield for his profound accomplishments, including the inspiring examples he set of the commitment to our youth and the pursuit of their dreams. And whereas the support of the community is vital for the Hartsfield Foundation to continue this important work in honor of Barry Hartsfield legacy. Now, therefore, I, Sean Spiller, and all of us on the council and mayor in the Township of Montclair in Essex County, do hereby recognize the remarkable contributions of James Barry Hartsfield over the course of his life, express the thanks of a grateful community for his service, and extend sympathy to his widow Yolanda, his son Julian, his many family members and friends who wish to cherish his memory as we all do. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you guys. Rwanda, would you like to?
I just want to. Hi, thank you for coming. Gosh, I just want to thank everybody for supporting our family, Hartsfields, Whites. This is such an honor. Barry would be he's just overjoyed. I know he would be. I'm not one for words, but again, thank you. And we're just going to keep it moving forward. So, just come out this Friday. Yeah, and just support. Thank you.
Yeah, you guys go off. Why don't you guys? Let's move this out of your way. Hold on.
Thank you all for coming out. Greatly appreciate it.